Well, on the football field, he was one of the most fearless and powerful running backs in the game. From Ohio State to the NFL, he set records and broke boundaries. And these days, he's hitting a high note instead of helmets, playing the role of Billy Flynn in the musical Chicago. Please welcome Eddie George. Good morning, Eddie.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is so cool because for you, it's like, oftentimes in school, kids will choose. Are you going to do sports? Or are you going to do theater? Your mom exposed you to theater at an early age.
Yeah, my mom exposed me to theater when I was about 11, 12, somewhere around there.
You weren't so happy about it, though, were you?
No. She took me every Saturday morning. She took me down to North Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, to Freedom Theater. And my sister and I used to hate it. I hated going.
Why did you hate it so much?
Because I had to wear these leotards.
Oh!
And I mean, they're cool and all that, but...
Well, you traded in the leotards for tights at one point.
Yeah,
because, it's kind of the same.
Football pants.
Yeah,
I wanted to put on the pants.
You call them football pants. I call them tights.
You call them tights? But, I was very uncomfortable expressing myself in that regard, and really rebelled against it growing up. She took me to a lot of ballets, nutcrackers. Philadelphia is very rich in the art scene. So
yeah, it's interesting. Patrick Swayze was a football player in high school, but his mom put him in ballet, so he knew how to basically dance around the field, right?
Well, ironically enough, I took ballet for that very reason, to become more flexible, nimble, have quicker feet on the field. And it's like another way of cross-training. I took that through my high school years, college, and professionally.
Yeah.
Just as a way of cross-training. So, the arts, I guess, have always kind of followed me throughout my career, saying, I'm going to get you one day.
Yeah, you circled back around.
Right.
But before you did that, obviously played football. Sports, we look at it as entertainment in society, and it is great entertainment, but it does so much for every person who's involved. Obviously, all the lessons you learn playing sports. I mean, you're with a team, right?
Yes.
You can't, it doesn't matter what that person's religion is or race or whatever, you're doing something together. But for you also, was it kind of an escape? Because you were dealing with some stuff at home, too.
Oh, absolutely. No. It was a lifeline for my next career. I was able to, when I retired in 2005, I was left with the questions of who am I, what's next, what am I going to do. I still had I had a chest full of ambition still, a lot of energy, didn't know how to display, and that can be very destructive.
Yeah.
So, and that was starting to become destructive in my life.
Yeah. You had some battles early on. Your dad was dealing with addiction.
Yeah, my dad dealt with addiction earlier on. I personally was just trying to find an identity. So the arts was a conduit for that. So I put a lot of that energy into through character, through writing. It was therapeutic. It's not therapy, but it was therapeutic.
All right, so backing up into high school, you describe it as having kind of a chip on your shoulder at one point. And sometimes when people have that chip on their shoulder, it's our defense mechanism, if you will.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I just didn't like school.
Well,
okay.
Well, that chip on the shoulder, I don't need you. Your defense mechanism, I don't need any of that.
My thing was, I didn't want to study. I wanted to play football. Yeah. So my mom sent me to a military academy, Fort King Military Academy in Virginia, shout out. And
gave you a little structure.
Gave me some structure, but it showed me what I can do in life. I just have to be a football player. I can be getting the academics. I can be a Renaissance man, totally. So I was seeing a different side of young men that I could achieve excellence on all levels.
Yeah, but there are a lot of kids who say, I just want to, but they're not going to make the NFL. So when that doesn't happen.
Here's the thing. I can't stand when people say, well, here are the statistics. You're not going to make it to the NFL because only... Forget that. Life is too short.
Just
do it.
Yeah.
And go for it. And believe that you can be a Heisman winner. Believe that you can win a gold jacket.
Yeah.
If you don't get
you
it, you'll fall.
You have to approach everything like that.
But what I'm saying is, if you don't make it, you'll fall just shy of that. So you've accomplished something.
Yeah. And we go back to the lessons you learned doing it that will go with you for the rest of your life.
Question.
And that teamwork and that respect and that discipline.
Yeah. Football, sports is just a platform.
Yeah. So you're Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
The.
Correction, the. In these parts, you got to know is the Ohio State.
The Ohio State. Kind of like the University of Texas.
I wouldn't say the. I would just say, you guys go by what, UT?
The University of Texas. But I mean, that had to be such a great ride there, doing what you loved, as you said. And then to win the Heisman Trophy.
Many moons ago.
Yeah. Take us back to when you first found out that you were in the running.
Wow. you know, you don't typically know. It was against Notre Dame that we played early in early that year, September, where I had a monster game. I had 207 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. I can't remember to the detail. I had about, like, 6 yards per carry. It was a national televised game. And that put me on the map.
Yeah.
But it was a very tight race. Myself, Tommy Frazier, Danny Warfel were also candidates at that particular time. And they said, well, at the end of the season, they said, well, it's going to take a miracle for George to win. He's going to have to rush for, 300 yards against one of the best defenses in the country if he's going to think about winning the Heisman Trophy. Well, I did just that. I did it in 3 quarters against Illinois at the time. So. After I won the award in 1995, it was a dream come true. It changed my entire life. I was able to become a Heisman Trophy winner, which never ends.
Yeah. Like you go back to the high school and say, see, I just want to play football. All right? Okay. You played for the Houston Oilers.
Yes. Love your blue.
Yeah.
Look at those uniforms.
Yes.
Look at those. You know what? I didn't appreciate those uniforms back then. I was like, look at all these stripes. It looks crazy, but now looking back, it's
the uniform we didn't appreciate? The Tennessee Titans.
Well, you got the Texans now.
Yeah, but you were part of that. You were part of that team that ended up leaving.
I was the last first-round choice for the Houston Oilers in 1996. Played in the old Astrodome, which at that particular time, nobody was coming to the game, so it was like 13 people in the stands. There's more people in this audience right now than there were in warm-ups. And you can hear individual conversations going on, and it was difficult. So when we moved to Tennessee, my first 3 years were pretty rough. Played in Memphis, didn't go so well. Nashville and Vanderbilt didn't go so well. It wasn't
and then went off to Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. Then I played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So, that was in short, my 9-year career in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you're used to the applause, you're used to the lights, and now you're used to the applause and the lights again on stage in Chicago. So we talked about that earlier, coming full circle, that exposure your mom gave you as a young boy, and then you kind of connected the dots again. So tell us about that transition.
Well, it started about 13 years ago. I started out an acting coach because I was going to a lot of auditions. They weren't going so well. I sucked at acting. I was really bad.
But the good thing is you were kind of used to losing every now and then. Every now and then you lose a game, right?
And as a result of my acting lessons, she made me take singing lessons. And I'm like, woman, I'm not going. She was an Italian lady. God bless her soul. She's not here with us anymore. She made me take singing lessons, and as a result, I developed a singing voice. She said, one day you can play the role of Billy Flynn. I was like, woman, please, let's just get through these lessons. So in 2015, the opportunity came for me to audition for the role of Billy Flynn. So I was like, ooh, man, it's kind of intimidating. But I said, well, why not? Let me just go up to New York, take the audition, and see what happens. If I get it or not, it's going to be a great story. So I'll go to Ambassador Theater in New York on Broadway.
Well, as you said before, you got to try and try like you are going to get the role.
Exactly.
Right?
So I went with my top hat, my fedora, my suit, and everything, with Billy Flynn. And I go on stage in the Ambassador Theater. Nobody's in there at the audition. The piano player comes on the stage. He's warming up very professionally, right? And then he brings out a sheet of paper. All right, Mr. George, we're going to start from the top. All I care about is love. What key are you in? I said, what key? I said, pick a key. I don't know. The key's to life. What? So we figured out my key. I belted out the songs.
Okay, give us a little bit. Give us a little bit.
Oh, you got to pay for that. You gotta come, son. You gotta come tonight
Eddie,
through Sunday.
Can I get a teaser line? That's all. Just a teaser
boy,
line.
you put me in the spot. I don't care about expensive things, cashmere coats, diamond rings don't mean a thing.
Wow.
All I care about is love.
Being on stage is such a magical moment.
It is.
It is so
Anything
cool.
can happen on stage, yes.
Yeah, and of course the thing that's interesting about this is you can rehearse, and it's almost a different feel every night. It's a different energy every night. Right?
Absolutely. I've been in not just in Chicago, but I've done plays in the Nashville Community Theater for years. Top Dog, Underdog. I just did a 2-man play, Top Dog, Underdog, Othello, Julius Caesar, Raising the Sun, and every night is something different. I mean, it's, like for instance, there was one show I did called The Whipping Man, and I come on stage and I hear the scratching on the floor. I'm like, are there rats in here? What is going on? And it just kind of almost threw me off, and I realized there was a dog in the theater.
Oh.
It was a service dog. And so I'm like, okay, so we have a dog at our house. So you got to play along with those things, and that's the beauty of theater. Anything can happen. It's magical. You got to think in the spot. You got to be in the moment. You have to trust not only yourself, but the castmates. They have to trust you that you're going to get the job done and keep the story
going
moving
back to the
forward.
whole thing of teamwork again.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like you just put me on the spot. Now I want to hear you sing another song.
If you get bored later, come on, baby, we're gonna paint the town and all that jazz. The Society for the Performing Arts presents the Tony Award-winning musical Chicago tonight through Sunday night at Jones Hall. Tickets start at $35 and are available online. Head to greatdayhouston.com for more information. Eddie, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.